gentlemen, welcome to the Kaged Review. My name is Kevin Jackowitz, and today I'm going to do a review for Monday Night Raw. It's for June 11th, 2018. I'm going to do this as quickly as I can because honestly, WWE Raw especially has not been very good lately. I really think that the product has just gone to something I don't care to see, but I decided to watch it just so I could give the review and keep up on it. But I didn't give them the ratings. I actually went through YouTube, so fuck you, WWE. And you know, the thing is, I've always said that I support the things I enjoy, and I do, and I will go the extra mile for things that I love, especially when it comes to my entertainment. With gaming, I always get the special editions, you know, just whatever to put in the extra money, show my love for a product. But I'm also the type of person where if that product has become so bad that I don't really care about it, I'm not going to give you the ratings, I'm not going to pay for your network, I'm not going to do any of that. Because you don't deserve it. And so I don't feel bad about going to YouTube after the show. Because they don't deserve it. As far as I'm concerned, with the last 3-4 weeks, they're not even trying. So why would I give them my viewership? Why would I put my money into their network or their products, their merchandise, whatever? I just won't do it. So they start out the show this time with all 8 members of the 2 separate men's and women's ladder matches. You have all 4 women and all 4 men. Braun Strowman, Bobby Roode, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, and then Alexa Bliss, Ember Moon, Natalya, and Sasha Banks. And they're all having this back and forth on top of ladders in the ring. And of course, everybody's talking about how they're going to win and whatever. Kurt Angle comes out. And I honestly don't even know what the point of Kurt Angle coming out was because he didn't set up the matches. They did say what the matches were going to be after this whole segment. But, I mean, really, there was no point for him to even come out there. Baron Corbin came out right after Kurt Angle, and he's got a new bald head, which honestly looks better on him. I think he can actually hold a bald head. Not too bad. Surprisingly, it didn't look too bad. His hairline was getting pretty thin up there anyway, so it's a better look for him, to be very honest. But it leads into the first match of the night, which is a fatal 4-way with all 4 women on the Raw side for the Money in the Bank ladder match. So the match is Alexa Bliss versus Natalya, versus Ember Moon, versus Sasha Banks. And I'll be honest, it was a good way to start the show, I think. It was a good match. It had a lot of fast-paced action. It really kept your attention. And it had stakes leading into Money in the Bank. Now, this is the show before the pay-per-view, so they had damn well better do something. And they did. It was a good opening. I actually liked it. It was a hell of a lot better than the last few weeks. So, okay, we're off to a better start. At the end, there was a lot of change-ups as far as like moves, finishing moves, and it looked like, you know, any one of these 4 women could have got it. And at the end, it turns out to be Natalya. I forget who she had in the sharpshooter. I want to say it was Alexa Bliss. And so Natalya gets the win. And I've always said I appreciate the fact that they give Natalya the wins because fucking frankly, she's earned them. I think she's one of the best, most well-rounded wrestlers in the women's division. So I liked it. Then you get a backstage segment, really brief. Kevin Owens goes up to, I think it was Finn Balor first. And he's saying that we need to be on the same page because we're facing Braun Strowman. This is our chance to basically take him out of the ladder match. Short, sweet, to the point, but actually makes sense for what they're doing and, you know, Braun Strowman being the monster and wanting to eliminate him. So I got that. It was good. After that, you get Breezango coming out, and Breezango, I mean, they've pretty much, you know, except for a couple of matches, been jobbers. So you expect that whoever's coming out after them is going to win. And it's Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. Okay, that's good. I like them. I like McIntyre a lot since coming back. So I don't mind them feeding Breezango to them, and at least it's names you know, so they're not trying to build Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre with, you know, like these local guys like they've been doing with other people lately. I can't stand that shit. So it was cool. Of course, Drew McIntyre, Dolph Ziggler, they get the win, and they actually ran roughshod over the whole match. There was really no point where Breezango got any steam, so it was cool. And then Ziggler and McIntyre did a promo after the match where they said that they're putting everybody on notice. They're here to change the tag team division by eliminating all the other tag teams. Not bad. Charlie interviews Roman Reigns backstage after that. I think she was asking if Roman was surprised that Jinder Mahal was going to challenge him to a match tonight. And Roman's like, no, I'm not surprised. He's stupid, blah, blah, blah. So you cut from commercial break, and it's Jinder Mahal versus Roman Reigns, or so it seems. They get both of them come down to the ring, and then Jinder cuts his promo where it said, I never said you were going to be wrestling me when I challenged you. And then it turns out to be Sunil Singh versus Roman Reigns, which was, of course, a setup. Roman gets a quick pin on Sunil Singh, and then Jinder Mahal comes in and attacks Roman and gets one up on him. I don't really care about this match. I'm not a big fan of Jinder. Thankfully, it was a pretty short segment, from beginning to end, from the promo to the match to, the attack at the end. It didn't last that long. So thankfully, this is basically mid-card bullshit at this point. Thankfully, Roman's is no longer in the top spot, at least for right now. And I think that's a good thing. He's a good mid-carder, and I think that's where he should be. Not McIntyre, Mahal, I think, should not be even in the mid-card. I think Mahal should be a jobber. He's not good. So after that, you get Heath Slater and Rhino versus the B team. Of course, building up the B team since they've been, undefeated as the B team. Curtis Axel, Bo Dallas, they pull out another win. And after that, you get a little promo from Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. This one wasn't as campy as they've been lately. I mean, it was a decent promo, I think. Sometimes they just get too cheesy with their gimmick at this point. And I would think I would have to blame WWE and the writing staff and the powers that be, because I don't see Matt Hardy taking his character down the road that it's on, to be very honest. But not bad. Certainly nothing to grab your attention, though. I mean, it was there. After that, you get Elias. He's in the ring. He's doing his guitar bit, talking to the crowd, doing his heel gimmick. Seth Rollins interrupts him. Elias was talking about how he had this guitar that was given to him by John Mayer, and he was talking up this guitar. When Seth Rollins comes down to the ring, Elias leaves really quick and leaves the guitar in the ring, which of course Seth Rollins then destroys. And that was pretty much the whole segment there. And honestly, it was a long segment for what I just said. Like, it wasn't much payoff for, quite a bit of build up there. So you get a backstage segment after that with Kevin Owens now talking to Bobby Roode, basically saying the same thing that he said to Finn Balor. We're going up against Braun Strowman. He's the guy no one can really beat, so we need to team up and take him out of the picture. So now Finn Balor and Bobby Roode are both mulling it over. From there, you get Bayley versus Ruby Riott. It shows Riott Squad backstage. So they're walking around the halls, just throwing shit everywhere. She cuts a tie off dude, just, running roughshod, doing whatever they want. Not really much point to that. But the match itself was decent between Bayley and Ruby Riott. There was interference from the Riott Squad. Ruby Riott gets the win. And then the Riott Squad kind of beat up Bayley in the ring. And they put an R on her stomach and, knock her out after that. I mean, it was a cool segment, I guess. But, not a big deal. From there, you get a backstage segment, and then Natalya talking to Ronda Rousey, just Natalya telling Rousey to be careful because Nia Jax is a little bit of a different person right now. And then that brings you into a segment where Coach is interviewing Nia Jax and Ronda Rousey in the middle of the ring. Nia was saying that, she's been kind of goading Rousey, trying to see what she would do since this is kind of a new world for her. And Nia's, talking directly to Rousey and saying that, it's a different world because we can use headbutts, we can use these other cheap shots, we can hit somebody in the spine, we can, do all these things that you couldn't do in the UFC. And to prove the point, Ronda Rousey stands up and she's like, she actually cuts a decent promo this time. She's talking about all of her accomplishments, and then she kind of gets a little impassioned in her voice and says, I'm Ronda Rousey, I was born ready. Nia Jax gets up, tries to hit Rousey. Rousey blocks, has a standing armbar. Nia Jax headbutts Rousey, which is going into, the whole new world thing. But then Rousey winds up putting the armbar on Nia Jax and makes her tap. And so this is, they're talking about is this foreshadowing of things to come. I have not liked up the build-up to this match at all since the beginning. I think this is maybe the only slightly credible build-up that they've had. And I think the match itself is terrible booking. For Ronda Rousey's first single match against somebody like Nia Jax who can't wrestle, I think it's stupid. Yeah, I don't like it, and I'm not going to, and that's just what it is. After that, you get No Way Jose versus Kurt Hawkins, and this was a segment where you got No Way Jose. He comes down to the ring. Kurt Hawkins' music hits. Kurt Hawkins does not come down to the ring, so they start a 10 count. And then it turns out Hawkins was one of the guys in the conga line for No Way Jose. He runs into the ring, tries to roll him up. No Way Jose gets out of the pin and hits the finishing move, and No Way Jose wins. I'm not going to be interested in this because I'm not really interested in either one of these guys. I mean, Kurt Hawkins has done absolutely nothing, and No Way Jose is this new guy who just so far has not caught my attention whatsoever. He's had one match where I was like, okay, he's got something, but other than that, I haven't seen anything to impress me yet. After that, you get backstage. Finn Balor talking to Bobby Roode about what Kevin Owens had said to both of them, and they're like, it might be worth it to, be unified. I'll keep my eye on Kevin Owens. Bobby Roode says that. And then Finn Balor says, well, okay, I'll keep my eye on Kevin Owens and you. Then you get a very, very, very stupid segment where Sami Zayn has built this mock military obstacle course for Bobby Lashley to go through. It's supposed to be a competition. And he has this extended, very bad promo. And every promo for this feud has been awful. Just god-awful. So Bobby Lashley comes out. They do a coin toss. Bobby Lashley goes first through the obstacle course. Lashley runs through it fairly quickly. And then as he's coming down off this rope that he's, supposed to pull himself up with, he gets attacked by Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn hits him with a haluva kick. And, that was the whole thing. It was supposed to be a setup by Sami Zayn to, weaken Bobby Lashley. The idea was good. The execution for the first half completely sucked. The execution for the second half wasn't bad. If there was a lot less talking, I think it would have been better. After that, you get a backstage segment with Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, Bobby Roode. They're all talking about what they've been talking about all night, taking Braun Strowman out. And then Braun Strowman walks up and says, I have an idea. Why don't all three of you come at me at once? And that leads into the last match of the night, which is Owens, Balor, Roode, and Strowman in the Fatal 4-Way. And the match, they had a lot to live up to with the first match with the women's Fatal 4-Way. I think the women killed it. And they didn't do bad. I don't think they did as good, but they did pretty good. There was a lot of spots where the guys teamed up on Strowman, of course, there was a segment where they took him all the way to the announce table, and Kevin Owens set up a ladder and did a frog splash from the ladder to the announce table on Strowman. So he was out for a while. He comes back to the ring. All three other guys hit their finishing move on Strowman, take turns throwing each other out of the ring. Finally, Kevin Owens hits a frog splash on Strowman. Strowman kicks out. Owens grabs the ladder and starts hitting Strowman in the gut with it. Strowman blocks the third one. Finally puts the ladder on the ground, does his press, or not a press slam, but a power slam onto the ladder with Kevin Owens. Strowman gets the win. And that's where you leave off. I liked this show a lot better than the last 4 weeks. It wasn't great, but it was a lot better because you had a few really good matches. You had a lot of matches that led right into the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, whether I like those matches or not. At least they're following through with the storylines into the pay-per-view. There were a couple of, pretty quick who gives a shit matches. And right now, WWE is terrible with fillers because they can't figure out what to do with their shows. And the fillers kill them because it takes away from the product. It really does. I mean, overall, I did like the first match. I did like the last match. I liked some of the promo bits in there in the middle that kind of built it up. I don't care about the B team. I sure as hell don't care about No Way Jose and Kurt Hawkins. So, like I said, there was some gaps in there where it's like I just don't care. Jinder Mahal and Roman Reigns, quite frankly, I don't care about. I actually do care a lot more about Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre because I think this is a good team and I think there's potential there. So I'll stay right in the middle with it. I'll say a 5 out of 10. I feel like it was a lot better than the last few weeks. Still could use a lot of improvement. And that's where I'm at. I feel like they did an okay job with it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you enjoyed the review, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Kaged Nation out.